Yo, 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 MP checking in before the final game of my rookie revenge tour. And as promised, your boy has been shining against the alleged cream of the crop from this year's draft class.
Do you think you've already proven you're one of the top rookies?
Oh, for sure. I just hope no scouts lose their job over it, though. They got families to feed.
That's real kind of you.
Yeah.
It's real kind of you, MP.
Thank you. I'm a killer on the court, but I'm a nice guy off of it. That's the duality of MP.
Welcome back to Ladder of Light Gaming. I'm your host, Axon Jackson Wilson. Yours truly. And we are ready for the final game of Jackson Wilson's Rookie Revenge Tour. These first couple of key games going up against rookies that were drafted above us. We were taken in the second round by the Charlotte Hornets. Nobody knew who we were when we were playing high school basketball in the state of Vermont. Then when all hope seemed lost for Wilson, he got invited to a prospect camp. He shined there in Los Angeles, and he earned a trip to Europe to play for Paris FC. Led Paris to a European basketball title. Now here he is wearing the Charlotte Hornet Threads as the organization's second-round draft pick. Wilson, in case you missed previous telecasts, has been balling. We're playing on that Hall of Fame difficulty. As a matter of fact, before we get started today, I have an apology to make. I did another live stream last night on 2K26, but unfortunately it didn't save. So before we do anything here this morning, by the way, happy Monday to you guys. Hopefully it's a happy fun day. See what I did there? But as you can see, our next game is in Chicago. We're taking on the Bulls. We're currently sitting 5th place in the Eastern Conference with a 19-15 record. We're a young team. We're having a solid season. And I'm just trying to find my last game that I played, which I believe is right here. Yeah, it was this game. It was a home contest against the Washington Wizards. We won 111-86. Your boy balled out once again. There you see his 4th triple-double of his rookie campaign. Again, I'm playing on Hall of Fame. I had 38 points, 27 rebounds, 10 assists, and 16 for 26 from the floor. Not my best game from the 3 for 9. But hey, win is a win. Definitely not complaining. Another solid game for Ball. Bridges with some nice contributions. Sexton dropped 11 off the bench. Konka Nipple, the first-round draft pick for the Hornets, he buried a three-pointer, had 9 points and 6 assists. So yeah, we got a pretty balanced attack. I mean, obviously Wilson's leading the charge, but I'm not in this position without my teammates. As you can see, I'm averaging 31, 21, 7 assists, a block, and 0.2 steals. Channeling my inner Nikola Jokic, Tim Duncan. At least that's what I think. I'll let you guys be the judge of that, but I modeled Tim Duncan growing up. He was my favorite player of the old generation. And I really look up to Nikola Jokic, who is today's Tim Duncan in a lot of people's eyes. He plays for the Denver Nuggets. He can quietly drop a stat line just like this. And I'm just here to help my team win, but it looks like I'm doing the same thing. You know, the minute you stop worrying about your stats, that's when they come to you. And it amounts to wins. And we're looking to bring home another one today as we take on the Chicago Bulls. If you are new, like, comment, and subscribe. If you're watching another presentation of Ladder of Light Gaming, this is Axon Jackson Wilson once again. Got a lot of content on this channel. I just put out my latest episode of Detroit Become Human last night. That live stream actually did work, so be sure you check that out. And also, be sure to show some love to my boy Jacob Vintage Bates. He's done a lot of gameplays with me, commentaries, and he also has his Life is Strange double exposure series. He also sat in when I played the original Life is Strange. And we also have a series known as Dusk Falls. That was the first series we came out in the new era of our channel. We also have a special guest on the final episode, which is Kelson Triplett. Kelson, I doubt that you're watching this, but if you are, I apologize, and I hope you're doing well, man. I know we haven't talked in a while, but hope all is well. Now, before we get going on today's gameplay, Hall of Fame, 10-minute quarters. Been playing on Hall of Fame 2K since the very beginning. Got this thing on 10-minute quarters. And without further ado, unless we have any side quests, which we don't, let's get back to business. Wilson's first trip to the Windy City. We got a packed house for Hornets versus Bulls. Wilson getting ready during warm-ups. Spent a lot of time on this jump shot. It's definitely working to perfection. Got 40 seconds until the opening tip. And this is a perfect opportunity for me to spread the gospel of Jesus Christ. If you don't know who Jesus is, or if you've turned your back on him, come back to him. He's waiting for you with open arms. Regardless of what's going on in this world, eternal life and salvation is promised to all those who have put their faith in him. Jesus Christ came to this world and paid a price that we were unable to pay. We are all sinners. We all deserve hell, eternal punishment, but God didn't want that for us. So out of love, he saved us from hell through his Son, Jesus Christ. His death on the cross, the blood that he shed, washes us clean. And through that cleansing, we are no longer sinners. We are made righteous. And that is the greatest act of love and the greatest promise. His resurrection from the grave was not just his victory, but ours as well. So, repent. Turn from sin and turn to Christ, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. He loves you, and I love you guys as well. And I appreciate everybody's support. I think we've got 41 total subscribers on this channel as we get ready for basketball here on this historic ground, United Center, which has housed 6 NBA championship teams. As we take a look at the injury report, we got 3 sitting on the sideline for each squad. So as we enter the midway point of the season, the pain is already surfacing and the teams are definitely feeling it. But Wilson's had to play extra minutes already. He actually played the entire game against the Brooklyn Nets a couple of weeks ago. In the real world, it was a couple days ago here on the channel, so be sure to check that out as Wilson's struggles of winning the tip continue. I don't think we've won a tip yet this year, but the Bulls will have the first possession as they give it to Jones. Terry's going to try to start him out with a 3, and he does. Terry hits from downtown for the Chicago Bulls, who are currently in the play-in. They're sitting in 8th place entering this contest with the Hornets, who are currently ranked 5th. Here's LaMelo Ball trying to answer for 3, but it's no good. The rebound by Collins. This is the final key game of the second round sleeper chapter for Wilson. If he can shine today, it's on to bigger and better things. Here is the Sonmu. He gets a screen. 5 seconds to shoot. Somnu still handling the ball. He steps back for a three-pointer of his own. It's no good, and Wilson will secure his first board of the afternoon. That's stolen away. Wilson tried to go to Ball, and now the Bulls are back the other way with Jones. Terry, who just hit a three-pointer about a minute ago, can't get that one to fall from 10 feet out. Here is Ball. Ball kicks it to Wilson, a near steal, and it goes back to Ball. Ball in the right corner, pump fakes, and now Wilson working with him on a pick and roll. He takes the three-pointer. It's no good. Rebound by Chicago. Jones pushes it up ahead to Terry. To Sonmu. Driving. Wilson makes sure to cover that paint up. Somnu trying to spin his way to 2 points. He can't get it to go. Rebound by Charlotte. Pat Connaughton, who is now back from injury, able to secure that for the Hornets, but he throws a turnover. So the defense is showing up in a big way for Chicago here in the early going. But they're going to give it right back to the Hornets on an illegal screen from their rookie, Asengu. Asengu has also been missing out on some action because of his own injuries. You would think by his stats, he's yet to put a point on the board. And now Connaughton in the right corner. Gives it to Williams. Williams with the drive. Tried to feed Wilson, but again it's stolen by the Bulls. Wilson signaling that they got a fast break. He gets back, forces a kick out, and Terry's got no choice but to reset. Another illegal screen against the Bulls. Boy, this has been a game of miscues here in the opening 2 minutes. The Hornets committing turnovers and the Bulls with back-to-back illegal screens. Now we got a timeout on the floor taken by Charlotte. They want to talk something over. Looking sloppy, fellas. We got to clean that up. This is our first meeting of the season against the Chicago Bulls. They're currently in the middle of the Eastern Conference. This could be potentially a play-in matchup, as Charlotte was also in the play-in before they rise up to 5th overall for the East. The Hornets enter this game with a record of 19-15 as they try to clean up their act out of this timeout. Wilson will bring it up the floor and try to get LaMelo Ball started on a floppy. Wilson guarded tightly by Asengu. Here comes LaMelo. He gets free for the triple. No good. Rebound by Chicago. The Hornets remain off the scoreboard. Both teams are in scoring droughts. Chicago has yet to put up a tally since their opening three-pointer. It's been 2 minutes and 17 seconds and counting. Here is Jones with 8 to shoot. Jones off a screen. Jones driving. Great defense by Ball. Jones to Asengu. Asengu over Wilson. Converts the layup. Asengu's first basket of his rookie campaign. And here comes LaMelo Ball. Ball swings it around to Connaughton. Wilson left alone for 3. He's got it. Jackson Wilson from downtown. He has been a force to be reckoned with on the road with 32 points per game, and it continues. As a matter of fact, Wilson's had the best 2 games of his career away from Charlotte. He broke the rookie record for points in a game and the franchise record overall for rebounds, all in the same game. That was against Brooklyn after he put Colin Murray-Boyles in his place after he talked smack about him for the Toronto Raptors. Here is Ball off a screen. Ball with a nice crossover, gives it to Wilson, who wraps it around to Connaughton. Connaughton out the ball. He tries another 3. No good. The shooting woes continue for LaMelo Ball early on. 8-3 Chicago as the pass goes into the left corner for Jones. There's an off-ball screen for Desamnu. Desamnu steps back. Desamnu guarded by Connaughton gets a screen right side. Desamnu. Nice pass to Collins. Collins left alone for the layup. 10-3 Chicago. Back come the Hornets with Ball. Wilson will come with a screen. Wilson looking to cut. He'll post up. Nice pass by Connaughton. Wilson gets it and draws the foul. He had the step on Asengu, and he'll go to the line for 2. Wilson so far has taken 2 shots, both from deep. Now he's going to the free throw line for his first 2 attempts from that range. First one is no good. Slow start for the Hornets here today. They trail 10-3. 5:42 remaining here in the first quarter. Wilson's done well in big cities. He shined in Toronto. He shined in Brooklyn. Now he's trying to do the same in Chicago. He gets the second free throw to go. Wilson's got all the points for the Charlotte Hornets so far. Got 4 overall with 2 rebounds. And Charlotte needs to make a push, trailing by 6. Outside to Desamnu. He doesn't want the 3. Instead, he leaves it for Terry. Terry gives it to Jones, who comes off a screen, but great recovery by LaMelo Ball to get around that screen. Jones, he's got to put up the 3 ball. It's no good. Rebound by Wilson. Up ahead, but instead he goes to LaMelo Ball. Ball driving to Wilson. Wilson gets in the post against Collins. Wilson with 10 to shoot. Wilson fades. No good. Rebound secured by Collins. Here is Jones. 10-4 game. He drives inside. Rejected by Wilson as he sends it into the crowd. Wilson's first defensive highlight of the evening. And now Diabate will check in for the Hornets, along with Konkanippel. Smith on the inbound for Chicago. Gets it into Terry. Terry off a screen from the left corner. Kicks it out to Collins. He juggles the pass. Desamnu's got to put up something. The clock is going down, and he buries it from downtown. 13-4 Chicago as the Hornets look to push with Wilson. Gets into the post. Calls for a LaMelo Ball cut. Here comes Ball. Wilson hits him. Ball with the drive. Ball out to Wilson. Wilson for three. No good. Rebound Chicago. Desamnu. Rim with the left hand, gives it to Smith. Smith out to Terry. He posts up Collins. Going right at Wilson, but he doesn't bite. Collins still working. Now he gives it up. Desamnu outside with 3 to shoot. Desamnu driving. Pulls up. No good. Another rebound by Wilson. Up ahead it goes to Ball. Ball to the corner for Sexton. Sexton for 3. That's no good. Wilson's teammates remain without a basket. As Jones kicks it inside, the ball gets deflected. Terry recovers into Collins. He's able to finish despite good defense by Wilson. 15-4 Chicago. Big time deficit so far. Here is Ball. Gives it to Wilson in the corner. Wilson tries another 3, and this time he's able to convert. Wilson with his second triple of the night. He's up to 7. But he needs help with his team otherwise scoreless. They trail the Chicago Bulls 15-7. Here is Jones. Jones steps back. Gives it to Terry in the corner. Great screen, and now Collins will try to get Terry free. It doesn't work. 3 seconds for the Bulls to shoot. Jones fires a contested 3. No good. Rebounded, secured by Diabate. Here is Ball. Zach Collins got tangled on a screen, and that gives Wilson an opportunity to set up. Wilson into the post. Drop step. Goes up for the layup. No good. Gets his own rebound and hammers it over Collins. Wilson wanting to be a team player, but he's got to take it all himself here in the early going. Nobody else is converting. Wilson going right into the chest of Zach Collins, the big man out of the University of Gonzaga. 2 7-footers going at it, and Wilson now with 9 points and 5 rebounds. Timeout Chicago, who takes a 6-point lead into this huddle. Wilson continuing to look strong on his rookie revenge tour. Wasn't taken until the second round, despite all that he did in high school and the point that he proved at the prospect camp and in Europe playing for Paris FC. But Wilson's dream was to get to the NBA, and that's all that matters. He can control his own destiny from there. Just because you weren't taken high in the draft doesn't mean you can't be great. Just look at Tom Brady, NFL Hall of Fame quarterback who won 6 Super Bowls for the New England Patriots after being passed on until the 6th round of his respective draft. And there's been a lot of first-round picks that have been busts. So it's really up to you as the Chicago Bulls get ready to inbound. They got the early lead, but they were once up double digits. Wilson with a couple of buckets to cut the deficit in half. 15-9. Chicago Bulls on top. Jones out to Okoro with 7 seconds to shoot. Here is Jones feeding Herter. Herter for 3. He's got it. Herter, the sharpshooter out of Atlanta, picked up by the Bulls this season. Restores some momentum, and now Wilson once again with the ball in his hands. Trying to loose Collins off a screen, but Diabate can't keep his feet still. And as we take a look at the standings, Chicago currently holding that 8th slot with a 15-19 record. Charlotte above them at 19-15. They are in 5th. But they certainly aren't looking like a 5th place team right now. Trailing 18-9. The opposition has the ball. Jones trying to restore a double-digit lead for the Chicago Bulls as Collins posts up Wilson and gives it to Herter. Herter kicks it out to Okoro. Juggles the ball but is able to recover. Into the corner, it's Herter. Herter pass fakes. Herter with 2 to shoot. Herter with the drive. Pulls up. He misses. Offensive rebound by Collins. Collins bad pass, and it's turned over to Green. Green on the fast break. Wilson all alone. But he cannot finish. In fact, the ball enters the basket from below. It's that kind of game for the Charlotte Hornets. Nothing is going right here in the first quarter, with the exception of 9 points on the board from Jackson Wilson. And now Jones will take a seat on the bench along with Collins. Here is Carter. Carter dribbling with the left hand, gives it to Phillips. Phillips with the drive, gives it to Smith. Smith with the dunk. Wilson with good shot contest, but it wasn't enough to get the stop. Wilson once again will bring it up. He's got Con Knipple on the floor with him. He'll try to get him started. Wilson's teammates have yet to put up a point in this first quarter, but Knippel cannot change it. Rebounded by Chicago. No help whatsoever as the Bulls bring it back down. Carter outside for Smith. Smith with 30 seconds remaining in the quarter. Herter to the corner. Carter left alone. Carter hits the three. 14-point Chicago Bull lead, their biggest of the night. And now here comes Wilson. Wilson's going to take it himself. Gives it to Knippel. Wilson with the drive. Wants the ball in the post. Drop steps, pump fakes, goes up for the layup and hits. Wilson levels his field goal percentage back to 50. He's 4 out of 8 from the field. But he has been the only offense literally for Charlotte in this entire first quarter. Herter off a screen. Smith blocked by Wilson at the buzzer. And the rebound secured by Knippel. Wilson not fooled by that fake. And as we go to the second quarter, it's all Chicago Bulls early on. They lead the Charlotte Hornets 23-11. Man, teammates, you got to give me just a little bit of help here. And they will keep Wilson on the floor. As Trey Mann will bring it up and give it to their young superstar. Wilson to Diabate in the corner. Wilson looking to post up again. They try to get it to him. Wilson fakes, and he picks up the violation despite getting the layup to go. Teammates once again taking too long to get me the ball, and Wilson picks up his second turnover. 23-11 Chicago. Just getting rolling here in the second quarter as Carter gives it out to Herter. Herter off a screen. Herter still dribbling the ball. He drives inside, takes a tough shot, no good. Thank you, Diabate, for that help. Wilson on the fast break. They give it to him. Wilson to a cutter, but that gets stolen away. Up ahead to Phillips. Phillips gets blocked. Wilson not giving up on the play. That's his third rejection already. But the ball will stay with the Bulls. 4 turnovers already for Jackson Wilson. Trying everything in his power to get his teammates involved, but they just are not producing or getting to the spots. Here is Carter outside for Smith. Smith attempts a three and knocks it down. Smith not really known for his shooting, but he demands Wilson to respect him after that. Now Knippel still on the floor with Wilson. He gets him a floppy. Doesn't take the three in the corner. Knippel gives it out to Wilson. He'll take the three and hit. Wilson from downtown, that's his third three-pointer, and he reduces the gap to 12. Wilson still with all of the points for the Charlotte Hornets here tonight. Carter outside, deflected by Green. Charlotte basketball. Green. Wilson calling for it from Knippel. He's in the corner, but it gets deflected. Good defense by Carter. Now on the inbound. Wilson gets it from Diabate. Wraps it around for Green. Wilson able to lose his defender. Another three. That's no good. Rebound by Chicago. Okoro. It's Carter. Carter to Smith. Smith pass fakes. Smith guarded tightly by Wilson. Leaves it for Herter. Herter guarded by Knippel with 6 on the shot clock. Herter trying to get past the rookie. Takes a shot. It's no good. Rebound by Wilson. Up ahead, Knippel. Knippel running the floor. Wilson beating Smith to the punch, but another steal by Chicago. It's Phillips. Okoro driving inside. Kicks it out to Carter. Carter with the step back. Carter to Smith. Smith posting up, and now he elects to give it up. He'll give it into Okoro. Okoro fakes. Okoro shoots. Okoro misses. Another rebound by Wilson. Up ahead to Mann. Mann lobs it inside to Diabate. Diabate, a contested shot. No good. Still no points on the board for a player not named Wilson. Here's a three for Chicago. It's no good. Wilson with the rebound. Gives it to Green. Green back to Wilson. Wilson in the post. Getting in position. He drop steps. He's blocked. Great rejection by Smith. Take another look. Wilson wanted a foul, but that looked to be all ball. And the ball is going to go back to Chicago. 26-14 the score. Carter to a cutting Collins. Collins scores in a foul over Wilson. Wilson was going for another block there. But no luck. Chicago up by 15 as LaMelo Ball will re-enter for Charlotte. Up ahead, Wilson. Wilson drives past Collins, but he blows the layup. Now Wilson's going cold. That's not a good sign for the Hornets. Asamnu pulls up, can't get it to go. Wilson the rebound. Tries to throw it to Ball. Gets it to him. Ball. Fakes. Knippel to the corner for Wilson. Back outside, Knippel. Here is man. Knippel out to Ball. Ball fakes. Ball with a nice pass. Wilson with the slam. So it's Chicago Bulls 29, Jackson Wilson 16. We're almost halfway through the second quarter, and my teammates still don't have a point on the board, and they've gotten opportunities. Ball can't get anything to fall, neither can Knippel. The bigs are getting bottled up, and the Bulls maintaining the 15-point lead. Wilson back outside. Ball. Outside Wilson. To Knippel. Wilson with the cut. Stolen by Collins. Here's to Somnu. On the break. Tough layup. No good. Rebound by Wilson. Throws it up ahead to Knippel. Knippel in the corner. Knippel posts up. Wilson's got a mismatch. Nice pass by Knippel, and Wilson again punches it home. Wilson now with 18 points, 10 rebounds. I believe he's 5 for 10 from the field. Here is Carter. Outside for Desamnu. Desamnu to Smith. Bulls have led this game from the beginning. They're up 31-18. Hornets trying to make a run. Zach Collins from downtown. The Bulls bigs making Wilson pay for sagging off. Collins, another player not known for the three-point shot, but he proves otherwise. Now Ball in the corner. Wilson screens for Diabate. Diabate to Wilson. Now Knippel. Wilson with the drive, able to get by Collins for another layup. Wilson moving with and without the ball. He's now up to 20 points here in the first half. And now a timeout taken by the Bulls. Look at Wilson. Beyond frustrated with his teammates. No help whatsoever. All of Charlotte's points have come from Wilson here in this first half. LaMelo Ball, scoreless. Con Knippel, scoreless. Bridges, scoreless. Everybody on the bench, scoreless. This definitely ain't going to cut it, ladies and gentlemen, as we take a look at the three-point contest race. Stephen Curry number one, but look at Jackson Wilson climbing up those spots as he prepares to guard the inbound from the Bulls. Desamnu driving inside on Knippel and is able to lay it up on him. Chicago leading by 16 as the ball goes into, well, Ball. Deflected. Wilson with the pump fake and another dunk. That definitely wasn't pretty, but it went the Hornets' way. Wilson, another basket added to his stat line. 14-point lead for Chicago as the rookie Asengu checks back in. Jones to Collins. Collins guarded tightly, gives it to Jones. Jones can't score on the wraparound. Rebound by Wilson, and he'll hit Ball. Ball off a Wilson screen. Use the screen, Ball. What are you doing? Here is Ball for three. It's no good. Rebound by Chicago. LaMelo Ball still without a point. Desamnu crosses over. Gives it to Collins. Outside of Sengu. His three-pointer. No good. Rebound by Ball. Wilson wants it. They're playing tight on Williams, so Wilson calls for a cut. It's not there, so he'll have to set it up with Ball. Ball off a screen from Wilson. Wilson pops out. Wilson looking to take advantage of the guard. He fades. It's no good. I mean, I got nowhere else to go right now. When is the last time you've seen just one player score all the points in the first half of a game? You don't see that very often. There's a steal as Wilson tried to go to ball. Jones with the drive, good pass, and the layup is up and in. I can't even make a normal pass on the break. Wilson now with 5 turnovers on the night. Ball, take the ball. What are you doing? You're the point guard. Wilson off a screen. Ball for 3. He's got it. Finally, somebody else not named Wilson hits a shot for the Hornets. That is the first basket all night for a non-Wilson, and it took 18 total minutes. I've been on the floor this entire first half. Jones driving. Kicks it outside to Collins. Both big men left wide open, but this time it's no good. Rebound by Ball. Wilson up ahead to the corner. Another steal. This time it's Terry. Terry crossing over. Terry out to Desamnu. His three-pointer, no good. Rebound by Charlotte. They want to push it. Here is Ball. Wilson comes to set a screen. Wilson's got a guard, but Ball's going to take the 3 and miss. Rebound by the Bulls. Terry drives. Kicks it out to Collins. Collins left alone. He scores. Timeout, Charlotte. 40-25 Chicago. Minute and 15 remaining here in the second half. Looks like this is another game in which Wilson's going to be playing the entire time. As Ball gives it into Wilson, Wilson's going to get right back to work. I'm not even worried about passing at this point. Connaughton. Nope, give me the ball back. Give me the ball back. Give me the ball back. It's a pick and roll. Get out of my way. They bring a double team. In the corner. Williams for 3. He misses. Rebound, Chicago. Terry. Inside of Sengu. He's got the layup. Sexton brings it up. Wilson off a screen. He'll post up. Another steal. Terrible passes by the teammates. Just horrible. Terry with the spin. Terry outside. Asengu. Left alone, but he doesn't take the 3. Instead, he'll drive in. Wilson with great defense. Asengu's no good. Rebound by Wilson. Up ahead to LaMelo Ball. Ball with the drive. Ball. Tried to feed a cutting Wilson. Now they get it to him. Shot clock going down here as Wilson hits Ball in the corner. Out to Williams. His three-pointer. No good. Rebounded by Chicago. And that's going to take us to halftime. Wilson playing the entire first half, but he is getting absolutely no help. The Hornets with just one basket. One basket if you take away Wilson's stat line in this game. And the Bulls will take a commanding lead into the halftime locker room. And I also have 6 turnovers trying to get my teammates involved. That's not helping either. So as we enter the halftime report with Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny Smith, it's time to rant, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, before I do, like, comment, and subscribe. Win or lose, I appreciate the love. But look at how the Bulls are playing. Everybody getting touches. Everybody making shots. Now, I get it's not going to be your night every time, but look at how we are playing. How do my teammates only have one made basket? One made basket the entire first half. Look at me in the month of December. 38 points per game, 25 rebounds, 8 assists, 4 threes a game, and we're 4 games over 500, just barely above 500. I'm glad we're in the playoffs right now, but I think this game right here should speak major volumes. If my teammates are going to play like this, then I'm not going to look good. I got 6 turnovers. They're double teaming me every time I get in the post. I've got nobody else to go to besides myself. And as we take another look at Wilson in that first half, balling, doing all he can for this team, grabbing boards, scoring in the paint, scoring from deep. But it's going to take a lot more from Wilson if the Hornets are going to win this game. They're trailing by 17 points, and look at this. Already a turnover. The steal by Desamnu. Kicks it outside for a Singh. Desamnu guarded tightly by Wilson. Here is Collins. Out to Desamnu. Out of the University of Illinois. And there's a charging foul against Desamnu. Great job by Williams to draw it. Both teams continuing to pile up the turnovers as Wilson inbounds this to Ball. Wilson tries to get LaMelo Ball started. We're going to need him here. Ball with the deep two. He's got it. LaMelo Ball finally. That's just his second basket all night. Up ahead for Asengu. Asengu is erased by Wilson. That's his fourth block of the night. Wilson gets to the corner. Hand down, man down, but Wilson can't sink the mid-range. Rebound Chicago. Leading by 15 points. Desamnu out to Jones. Jones outside for Terry. Collins off a screen. Collins kicks it to Asengu. Asengu with the drive. Swings it out to Terry. Desamnu contested three in the corner. It's no good. Rebound by Wilson. Great defense by the Hornets. On the break, it's LaMelo. LaMelo to Wilson in the post, and here we go. Wilson against Collins. Backing in. Backing in. Layup. Good. Wilson showing Collins his strength, and he trims this to 13. 42-29. Bulls on top. Jones between his legs, now driving. Ball trying to play good defense as Jones backs up to the right corner. Jones with 7 to shoot. Asks for a screen from Collins. Jones, backdoor pass to Collins. Collins swatted by Wilson. That's 5 blocks now for the Charlotte rookie. Wilson trying everything in his power to get this team back on a run. And we can trim this deficit even more following that dominant defensive sequence. They're bringing a double team right side, so Wilson will get it out top. He asks for a screen. Wilson's got a mismatch with Asengu. They bring a double team. Out to Connaughton. Here's Ball, wide open for 3. It's no good. Rebound Chicago. LaMelo Ball struggling. Just 1 for 7 from the 3 here tonight. Asengu left alone for 3, and he's got it. Now Ball swings it up ahead for Wilson. Wilson again wants to put Asengu in the post. Here comes another double team. Connaughton for 3. He's got it on a Wilson assist. Finally, the teammates helping Wilson out. It's back to 13. That's Wilson's 3rd assist of the night. Jones out to Asengu. Now Terry. Terry outside for Desamnu. Desamnu outside for Asengu. Here's Jones. Into the post for Collins against Williams. Collins with 7 to shoot. Collins backing in. Collins still battling. Fakes. He fires. No good. Rebound by Wilson. Great defense by Charlotte. Up ahead, Ball. Ball goes behind his back. Wilson is not there, so they'll give it to Sexton. Sexton off a Wilson screen. He can't get the 3 to fall. Offensive rebound by Wilson. Gets him in the air and gets 2 more. Wilson has his teammates back. It's an 11-point game. Wilson, who's played the entire night, doing everything in his power to make this a contest. Asengu with the Bulls up by 11. Asengu gets a screen. He tried to feed a cut in Collins, but it's tipped away by Charlotte. Wilson to Sexton. Sexton back to Wilson. Single digits. Wilson with the punch on the fast break off the assist from Sexton. I don't know why Sexton didn't take that 3, but honestly glad he didn't now that I think about it, considering how poor the teammates have been. Terry out to Desamnu. His 3-pointer. No good. Rebound by Wilson. Up ahead to Ball. The Hornets are on the break again. Back to Wilson. Trying to show him his strength. It's no good. Rebound by Chicago. Jones. Guarded by LaMelo Ball. Collins gets into the post. Wilson comes with a double team. Collins posts up. Fakes. Outside Terry. Terry guarded tightly by Wilson. Good switch by Williams. Collins inside. Bothered by Wilson, and Wilson with the rebound. Outside for Ball. Ball lobs it inside. Sexton's all alone for the layup. It's down to 7. 45-38, and the Bulls will take a timeout. What a second half so far for the Charlotte Hornets, and it was the defense and production of Jackson Wilson that got it started. This is a game, ladies and gentlemen. We were once down by 17. And now out of the timeout, here are the Bulls on the inbound with Desamnu. He had a great first half, but he's gone cold ever since. Collins, pass fakes. Collins, still guarded tightly. Into Jones. Jones has got to make something happen, and he gives it up to Desamnu with 7 to shoot. The Hornets defense doing a lot better here. Aseng in the corner for 3, and it's good. Wilson helped down, but nobody rotated, and it's back to a 10-point lead. Wilson feeding a cutting Knipple. Knipple scores. Hornets come right back and shave this back to 8. Wilson with the dime to Knipple, his 4th assist of the night. Here is Jones. Jones out to Asengu. Asengu off a screen. Asengu guarded by Jackson Wilson. Here's the screen by Collins. I thought that was a moving screen. Asengu inside for Collins. Collins back outside. Asengu blocked by Wilson. The rejection erased. Wilson in the post. Double team comes. Kicks it out the ball. Wilson trying to lose him on the cut, but no luck. Now he gives it inside for Ball. Ball gets to work. Ball with 7 to shoot. Wilson with the wraparound. He's got the dunk on the assist by LaMelo Ball. Moving with and without the ball. There's so many ways Wilson can beat you. And it's down to 6. 48 to 42. Jones crossing over and gives it to Terry. Jones, crossover. Jones into Collins. Collins looking for Asengu. It's not there. He's got to take it himself, and he's fouled by Diabate. So the Hornets, who looked beyond sloppy in the first half, Wilson included, even though he had almost all the points, committed 6 turnovers, and now we'll get a substitution with Trey Mann. But ever since then, Wilson is without a miscue, and he's doing everything in his power to bring the Hornets back into this game. They want to push again. Wilson sees a mismatch, so he gets right back into that post. Before the double team comes, he spins his way to greatness, but it's no good. Tipped up and in by Mann. Thank you, teammates, for finally giving help. Definitely needed it right there. Wilson taking on the entire Bulls team, and it's back down to 6. Here is Jones. Jones to Desamnu. Collins off a screen. Collins with the drive. Nobody is in the paint, and Collins will lay it in. 52-44. Hornets want to push again. Wilson goes right back into the post. Swings it outside for Green. Outside Wilson. Green. Wilson will come with the screen. Green for 3. No good. Rebound by Chicago. Here comes Jones. Jones with the drive. Now he gives it up to Terry. Terry looking for Collins. Collins posting up LaMelo Ball. His post fade is perfect. So the Bulls now making a run of their own. It's back to 10 with 2:20 to go. Wilson on the arc. Desamnu's hand is down, so he'll give it to Green. Wilson getting into the post. Wilson against Desamnu, spinning and scoring. He didn't care if the double team was coming. He still is able to clutch up and get another big basket for the Hornets. Timeout, Chicago. Wilson has been super efficient once again here tonight. He's got 11 in the first, 11 in the second, and now 10 here in the third. But he's going to need more help from his teammates. They've done a little better here in the third, but it was because of that lackadaisical second quarter that we're even in this position. Chicago Bulls on the inbound, 54-46. Here comes Jones. Jones taking his time, gives it to Smith. Smith, who's hit a three-pointer over Wilson already in this game, leaves it for Herter. Herter with 6 seconds on the clock. Herter trying to get free off a screen, steps back, kicks it for Smith. Good defense by Wilson, and Smith with the miss. On the break go the Hornets. Wilson to a cutting Diabate, all alone for the slam. It's back to a 6-point game. This is the closest the Hornets have ever been since the first quarter. Chicago has led this entire game. Smith gets by Wilson for the layup. Wilson came up top on the three-point defense that time, but Smith makes him pay. And now Wilson, as the Hornets come with a screen. Wilson getting into the post against Smith. Wilson showing no fear, drop steps. He gets blocked again by Smith. That's the second time that Smith has rejected a Wilson drop step here tonight. He has definitely stood his ground, a defensive clinic for both of these bigs. Wilson's got 5 rejections on the other side. And again, it's going to be Chicago ball. An 8-point deficit with less than a minute to go here in the third. Here is Carter. Wilson got screened and Collins is able to hit after breaking free. It's a 10-point game again. Wilson will bring it up. The defense is keying in on him, so he'll try to get man open off of a screen. Can't do it. Wilson wants the ball again in his hands. Wraps it around to Diabate. Wilson gets into the post quickly against Collins. Wilson, no good. Rebound by Collins. Here come the Bulls. Okoro. With 16 seconds remaining here in the third. Herter guarded by Knipple. Herter drives. Herter over Wilson. No good. Rebound by Wilson, and here they come. Wilson sees a cutting Diabate. Diabate shoots. Diabate misses. Why didn't you keep going to the basket, bro? All right, we're going to the fourth quarter. 58-48. Hornets were able to make a run, but they once were within 6. The Bulls got some momentum right back, and they get the ball to start the fourth. Sengu with a nice game. He's got a couple of three-pointers. But the biggest issue tonight, he only got 48 points on the board. And I've got like 80% of those points. No help from the teammates whatsoever here tonight. I get this is a team loss if we fall. But dadgummit, guys. I made adjustments here in the second half. Not a single turnover. We just get a little bit more support, we'd be in a different position. But we got to play this until the very end. Collins with a tough fade over Wilson. He scores. Wow, Zach Collins is putting in work for the Bulls. And back come the Hornets on a fast break. Wilson wants to get right back at Collins, but he backs up. He'll leave it for man. Here's a pick and fade with Wilson. He's outside and he gives it to Green. Green, as Wilson cuts inside. 5 seconds for the Hornets to shoot. Man, he's got to force it up. No good, but another offensive rebound by Wilson, and he gets 2 out of it. Swimming around Collins and able to beat 3 Bulls to the punch. And that's how the fourth quarter begins for the Hornets. It's back to a 10-point deficit. Collins going right at Wilson. His layup is no good. Rebound by Wilson. That's his 22nd. Up ahead, Knipple. Knipple outside for Wilson. Collins with his hand down, but Wilson can't sink the three-pointer. Rebounded by Chicago. Here is Herter. Wilson's behind is dragging, but he continues to fight. He has not sat on the bench the entire evening for Charlotte. Collins with another tough shot. He's got it. Timeout, Hornets. I don't know, guys. Something's got to change. I can't do this all by myself. I can't. The reason we've been able to win these last couple games, number one, is because the other teams haven't been as good. But also, I'm getting some help from my teammates. Tonight, I've had absolutely no help. I've got 5 assists, and that's probably all their baskets. 12-point deficit, but there's still a lot of basketball left to be played here in Chicago as Wilson gets the inbound. He'll leave it for man. Wilson sets an off-ball screen for Knipple. Now he'll set him another one. Knipple on the pick and pop. The hand is down. Wilson for 3. It's no good. Knipple with the rebound. Here is McNeely. Out to Green. Green off a screen. Wilson with the drive, stolen by Collins. Yeah, the Bulls, they're on top of it, man. They're on top of things. Teammates have no response, and now they know who they're going to. Collins for 3. No good. Rebound by Wilson. Wilson up ahead for Knipple. Knipple Inside for McNeely. Nice layup. The assist by Knippel. It's back to 10. 62-52. 7:40 remaining in this road contest at Chicago. Wilson guarding Zach Collins tight. Collins tried to feed it inside, but it gets stolen by Knippel. Wilson into the corner for man. Nobody back to stop Wilson. He hammers it, plus the foul on Smith. He'll go to the line for one free throw. Every opportunity that Wilson has to poke a hole in this defense, he's looking to do it. The free throw by Wilson is perfect. Wilson now 4 out of 6 from the charity stripe here tonight. The Hornets are still alive as LaMelo Ball re-enters this game for the Hornets. Here is Collins. Illegal screen against Herter. And all of a sudden, the Hornets with just a 2-point basket could get even closer. It's down to 7. 7:16 left to go in the game. Wilson will come with the screen for LaMelo Ball. Nice pick and roll. Ball with a nice pass, and Wilson with the punch. The pick and roll worked to perfection, and it's Wilson again. 5-point game with 7 minutes to go here in the fourth. Fans getting back into it, chanting, "Let's go Bulls." Carter with a tough three-pointer. That's no good. Wilson with the rebound. Wilson into the corner for Ball. It gets deflected. Ball gets it back. Wilson all alone, but he can't get it to fall. Wilson was able to get around his defender, but he didn't have enough touch on that one. Now Carter. Carter out to Collins. Collins with 9 seconds to shoot. Herter with the drive. Out to Asengu. The rookies had some big baskets tonight for the Bulls. Collins has as well, but on this one he's no good. Wilson the rebound. Up ahead for LaMelo Ball. Ball trying to get something started. Wilson's got a mismatch. He's going to go right into the post. The double team is not coming. Wilson spinning. Layup. No good. Rebounded by the Bulls. Wilson's butt is dragging right now, but he's trying to muster in a few more baskets. Outside of Coro. Here is Herter. Carter in the corner. Carter driving. Kicks it out to the corner, but he turns it over. He had a wide open 2 points, but he panicked. We got to take advantage of this. A couple of opportunities to get this closer down the floor, but we come up short. Wilson, who still has yet to take a seat on the bench, will set a screen for LaMelo Ball. Can we get this back to single digits? The screen worked again, and there it is! Wilson with the slam! The foul against Collins. Wilson continuing to attack. And he could get this to 2 with 5:37 remaining. Zach Collins starting to feel the pressure. Another big free throw by Wilson. He's got it. 42 points, 25 rebounds, 5 assists for Wilson. It is a 2-point Chicago lead. Into the corner, Asengu. Asengu out to Jones. Jones isolating LaMelo Ball. Jones still trying to get past him. 5 to shoot. Jones. Boy, this is a greedy possession right here. He shoots. No good. Rebound by Wilson. Green is all alone on the break. Green with the drive. Green to a cutting McNeely. McNeely ties the game. 62-62 with 5 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Do the Bulls take a timeout? The answer is no. Jones out to Desamnu. Desamnu off a screen. Collins pops out. He's not open. Desamnu with 4 to shoot. Great defense by the Hornets again. Desamnu with a jump shot. No! Wilson with the rebound. Knippel up ahead. Outside Wilson. And he gives it to LaMelo. LaMelo off a screen. Here is Knippel. Wilson getting into the post. The double team doesn't come. Wilson for the lead. No good. Gets his own rebound. And they reset. Here we go. Here we go. Floppy, floppy. Go Ball. Go Ball. Ball. Trying to get free. 4 seconds to shoot. Ball for 3. No good. Wilson with the putback. Hornets lead for the first time in the game. Wilson not giving up on anything. 64-62, Hornets in Chicago. DeSomnu outside for a Sang. No three-pointer allowed by Wilson there. Outside Jones. Jones for three. No! Hornets with the rebound. Oh my goodness, can you believe it? Wilson to Ball. Ball off a screen. Ball drives. Scores! What a time for LaMelo Ball to get points on a board. 66-62, Charlotte. 3:15 to go. What has happened to the Bulls down the stretch? And also what people should have been asking, what has happened to this Hornets team? And Wilson, they just never quit. Wilson, dribbling, getting inside. They send a double, out to Ball, but it's turned over. Wilson's 7th turnover of the game and his first of the second half. Here is Terry, outside for Asengu. His three-pointer is off. Offensive rebound by Collins. Asengu picked up by Wilson. 2:33 left to go. Terry off the pick. Terry with the drive. Misses the dunk. Wow. Now Wilson. He'll slow it down. Let's try Knipple this time. Come on. Can we finally get a shot to go off the floppy? Knipple in the corner. No! But the rebound by Charlotte. That's no good. Boy, the Hornets trying to put it away, but instead the Bulls get a three on the other side, but they can't capitalize. This crowd is disgusted. Wilson again with a mismatch. He's going to the post. Kick out. Ball for three. Good! LaMelo Ball clutching up when it matters. Wilson finally getting some support, and it came at the perfect time. 69-62, Charlotte. Can you believe this? On Hall of Fame, a 17-point comeback on the road. But the job is not done yet. 69-62, Charlotte. With a minute and 50 to go in the fourth. 44 points, 30 rebounds, 6 assists, 7 turnovers, but only 1 in the second half. And before coming out of that locker room, the Hornets were down 17. Wilson putting his life on the line for this organization. And a missed three on the other side. Up ahead, Sexton. Sexton's got a lane. He scores on the layup. For the Chicago Bulls fans, a collapse in the final minutes. They got to make something happen quick. Jones driving, rejected by Wilson. 7 blocks. Sexton up ahead. Wilson into the post. Double teams come out to Connaughton. Now it's back to Wilson. Here's the pick. Wilson will swing at the ball. Ball back to Wilson. Wilson into the post. Out to Williams. Good ball movement. Sexton with the three. No good. Wilson can't get the offensive rebound. Here is DeSomnu. Up ahead to Jones. Jones outside for DeSomnu. He hits a Sang for the three. No good. Wilson the rebound. Ladies and gentlemen, the Charlotte Hornets are going to somehow walk out of here with a win. Wilson to LaMelo Ball. One of the greatest comeback wins in franchise history. Ball kicks it out to Wilson with 5 seconds on the shot clock. Wilson takes the shot and caps it off from mid-range. 73-62 Charlotte. Final seconds. The crowd has filed out of United Center. They are stunned. 8 blocks for Wilson. He can't win the shuffle for the loose ball, though. Jones. Wilson does not care about how much time's on the clock. He is finishing strong, especially when it comes to guarding this rookie. Terry. Tough shot. No good. Wilson the rebound. This improbable victory is complete for the Charlotte Hornets. And not only did they erase a double-digit deficit, they won by double digits. Teammates, well done in the second half. But can I please get a little bit more help early so we don't have to do this every time? please. On the
MP
final
with a
game
double-double
of his
in
rookie
tonight's
redemption
victory.
tour,
It seemed like whenever your team needed something, you delivered. Your
this
thoughts?
is definitely the sweetest victory of my career so far. You know, through it all, we trust each other. We know who we are.
We trust in one another, you know? And we know who we are and what we're after. When you're on the same page, it's easy to see what your team needs and what needs to be provided. Tonight, I played provider. Tomorrow, it could be someone else.
That's great, MP. Thank you so much.
For sure.
Back to you, Kevin.
Well, all I got left to say about that is, if you're not entertained, if you haven't left a like or a comment or even subscribed, I definitely would appreciate one after this. Man, I am just at a loss for words. You guys heard how frustrated and disgusted I was at halftime. I thought there's no way in heck we're going to win this game.
Melinda.
This is why you play to the end, folks.
You have been playing extraordinarily well in the first half of the season, especially in the games you've highlighted on your social media channels against other top rookies. Are you a contender for Rookie of the Year?
Oh yeah, because I'm him. But I gotta say, even though I talk about this sort of thing a lot, the team always comes first. I want to be the best rookie, so we have the best team. The best team. If I play well, we play well. And that's all that matters.
Thank you.
All right, MP.
That's exactly right. I can't do this by myself, but shout out to the entire team for outstanding defense in the second half. And as a result, we got these guys cold, and it came at the perfect time. They missed a lot of shots down the stretch, and we capitalized on so many opportunities. I missed a couple layups, I missed a couple drop steps, but when you're playing fatigue for literally an entire second half, you're going to have adversity like that. I'm going to need some ice packs for both my knees and my shoulders, for that matter. Let's take another look at this box score. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you this stat line. Oh my gosh. Incredible game for Zach Collins. Got to give him his props. But in the fourth quarter, he went cold. Look at the Bulls. 4 points in the final 10 minutes on Hall of Fame. Great defense. Way to tire them out. And on the other side, look at us. Ugly first half. But when the entire team comes together, like you saw, in those final 20 minutes, we're a completely different unit. It doesn't matter what I put up. If I don't have any support from my teammates, we can't get anywhere, like I said in the presser. But man, oh man, let's take a look at this. LaMelo Ball, 4 for 11. He only had one basket in the entire first half, but boy, oh boy, when we needed him to step up, he got us a couple big baskets down the stretch. And there's yours truly. I had to take the majority of our shots. I had 38 field goal attempts, but I hit 20 of them. I hit 3 3-pointers. I didn't hit any in the second half because of my fatigue, but I was able to get to the line 4 times, able to clutch up 3 out of 4. And even though I had 7 turnovers, which was a career high, 6 of those came in the first half. When it came to bringing our team back, it was almost perfect. I only had 1 miscue, 33 rebounds, 46 points, played 40 minutes. You know, Plumlee and Kalkbrenner on the bench. You know, we're also dealing with a lot of injuries. This is the second time this year that I've played the entire game. You really got to see what Hall of Fame is really like here tonight. But we made the comeback. Look at the biggest lead for the Bulls, if we can find it. 17. And we had 11-point lead when the clock hit triple zeros. That's the most incredible thing about this game. We were down 17 and we won by 11. That's a 46-20 swing in the second half. The real Charlotte Hornets showed up in that second half. We only gave up 20 points while putting up, like I said, 46. And yours truly, with humility I say it, was in the middle of it all. I got to once again lead the comeback. Hopefully I don't have to take 38 shots too often. Because like I said, I had 6 turnovers, and a big reason was because I'm trying to get my teammates involved, but they were ready for it. Give the Bulls credit. They had a lot of steals. I think they ended up with, let's see, 3, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yep, they had 12 steals, and we only had 2. I mean, we got to get those turnovers cleaned up, but nevertheless, a win is a win. And now, let's sim to our midseason meeting. See what the GM's got for us. First things first, let's head to the MyCourt. Have our next conversation. Oh man, I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I'm still sweating after this. It's not easy to broadcast and play at the same time, but we're doing it. We're up for the challenge. And on top of everything else, we're on Hall of Fame. I want to thank everybody for their support through it all. And it's moments like this that make it all worth it. What a comeback.
All set up. Ready to pick your theme for the second half of the season?
Siempre listo. Let's do it.
All right. So now that we've proven our worth against the rookies, it's time to go up against the MVP candidates, including Wembanyama. Let's see how we match up with him. So it looks like our first contest of this stretch is going to be against the defending champs, the Oklahoma City Thunder. I'm ready.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy MP, here to announce that for the rest of this season, I'll be covering the MVP race on my social media channels.
You think you're the favorite?
Of course I do. But to be the best, you gotta beat the best. So I'm gonna highlight games against the top MVP contenders to show the voters why I'm the only choice that makes sense.
All right. And what does being an MVP mean to you? People do have different definitions.
To me, it's simple. The MVP is the best player in the league. That's it.
Well, how does team success factor into it?
An MVP should be able to drag any group of guys to 500. After that, it all comes down to your supporting cast. So, the MVP might be on the best team in the league, but he may not be. He just shouldn't lose any more games than he wins.
And what should the viewers look for in these games you highlight?
Well, you'll see me and other top contenders on the court at the same time. If you watch these games and come away thinking I'm the best player out there, I've done my job.
Anything else?
Yeah, the other thing you gotta look for is consistency. And MVP brings it every single day, no matter what's happening with his team or in his personal life. It's a total commitment to excellence. And that's what you'll get from me for the rest of the year if you keep locked in to Out of Bounds.
All right, you heard the man. To beat the best, to be the best, you got to beat the best. And we'll see how we match up against these heavyweights in the second half of this season. And with that being said, that concludes today's epic live stream of NBA 2K26. I'm your host, Axon Jackson Wilson. And actually, before I go, I mentioned this in my last live stream yesterday that didn't go live, so I'll mention it again so you guys can hear. There's my gamer tag right there in the bottom left corner of the screen, X_Axon Jackson _. We already have a squad that's filled up, but if you guys want to run rec, park, or pro-am, just let me know. I'll keep in touch with you whether I'm available or not. I definitely put in a lot of the work during the offseason to get my player good. As you can see, I'm a 99 overall. It's not hard to get your overall up this year in comparison to previous 2Ks, thankfully. And you also can get some rewards for running crew. As you can see right there, I'm on an FTM squad. We've already hit level 30. You can't go higher than that, but if you get there, you'll get up to 6 or 7 cap breakers. So just some 2K wisdom for you guys. I'm here for you. I'll give you any advice that I can. I'm nowhere, I'm not an alpha male when it comes to gaming, but I'm here to bring you guys the content, win or lose. I give you guys raw footage, unedited, so you guys can ride the journey with me. Uncut. So, with that being said, appreciate everybody for sticking with me, not just today, but throughout my YouTube journey thus far. This is Jackson Wilson, leaving you with the gospel of Jesus Christ. If you've yet to hear, Jesus Christ is real, He's alive, and He's God. He's the Son of God who came to earth in the flesh. He died on the cross for the forgiveness and cleansing of your sins, so you could no longer be viewed as a sinner. You are now righteous. As it says in Scripture, down with the old creation, in with the new. When you are in Jesus and you've given your life to Him, your sins will be washed away, and they will be wiped from God's memory. The wages of your sin was death, punishment, condemnation, in hell, but hell was not meant for you guys. Heaven is your home. All you got to do is have faith, turn from your sin, repent, and turn to Jesus Christ. The kingdom of heaven is at hand, and your salvation and redemption is near. As long as you're breathing life, you still have an opportunity to make it to the kingdom. After that, it's all in God's hands. It's no longer in yours. So make sure you get right with Him. I love you guys. If you need help with that, just hit me up. We're here for you. I love you, but God loves you more. And this is, once again, Jackson Wilson with NBA 2K26, praying you peace that passes beyond understanding and unconditional love that only Jesus Christ can provide in His almighty, precious, and holy name.